Key point 1. Self-belief fuels progress. Success is not born in comfort zones. It is born in belief, specifically self-belief. Before anyone else can believe in your dreams, your talents, or your mission, you must believe in yourself. That's the seed, that's the spark, and that is the one force that turns a vague hope into a powerful drive. Think of every person who has achieved something remarkable, a rags to riches story, a mind that created innovation, a heart that served millions, and you'll notice one common thread. They believed in themselves when no one else did. Self-belief isn't arrogance, it isn't pretending to be perfect. It's the quiet inner voice that says, I may not know how to get there yet, but I will. It's the refusal to let self-doubt, failure, or rejection define your journey. Why is self-belief so powerful? Because it becomes your lens. When you believe in yourself, failures become lessons, not labels. Criticism becomes fuel, not a cage. Delays become preparation, not punishment. Without self-belief, even opportunities feel like threats. But with it, even obstacles feel like stepping stones. When you're empowered by belief in yourself, you don't wait for permission to grow. You move forward anyway. The world reflects what you project. Your external success often mirrors your internal mindset. If you walk into a room with doubt, you shrink. But walk in with belief, even quiet belief, and people notice. Doors open. People listen. Energy shifts. Why? Because confidence is contagious. People are drawn to those who know they belong, even if they're still learning. The cost of doubt. Too many people wait for the world to approve them. They wait until they have enough money, experience, or validation before they feel ready. But here's the truth, you'll never feel fully ready, and if you keep doubting yourself, you'll delay your destiny. Doubt is expensive. It costs you time, peace, dreams, and opportunities. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start believing you can grow, learn, improve, and evolve. How to strengthen self-belief? Celebrate small wins. Every step forward is proof of your capability. Acknowledge it. Let it build momentum. Talk to yourself, not against yourself. Your inner voice shapes your outer reality. Speak power into your own mind. Replace I can't with I will learn. Surround yourself with empowerment. Be around people who remind you of your strength, not your limitations. Energy is contagious, so choose wisely. Act before you feel ready. Action builds evidence. Evidence builds belief. Belief builds success. Remember this, there will be days when self-belief wavers. That's human. But the goal is not perfection. The goal is persistence. When doubt knocks, don't give it the keys to your life. Remind yourself of how far you've come. Remind yourself of what you've survived. Remind yourself that inside you is everything you need to begin, even if you're still building the rest. Empower yourself today by choosing to believe that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you can evolve, no matter how things look right now. Because when you're empowered by self-belief today, success becomes not just a possibility, it becomes inevitable tomorrow. Key point 2, knowledge is your power tool in a world that's constantly evolving, where competition is high and opportunities are often hidden beneath layers of challenge. Knowledge becomes your most reliable power tool. It sharpens your mind, strengthens your decisions, and gives you an undeniable edge. If you want to build a better tomorrow, you must start collecting the bricks of knowledge today. When you're empowered with knowledge, you walk into situations differently. You don't just react, you respond with clarity. You don't wait for change, you create it. Whether you're chasing career growth, launching a business, overcoming personal struggles, or just trying to understand the world better, knowledge is the lever that lifts you from where you are to where you want to be. Knowledge destroys fear. Most fears are born out of the unknown. When you don't understand something, it feels bigger than it is. But the moment you study it, research it, ask about it, it starts to shrink. Knowledge replaces confusion with confidence. Think about it. You're not afraid of challenges you understand. You're afraid of the ones that seem mysterious, unpredictable, or uncontrollable. The cure for that fear: learn, read, ask, watch, explore. When you feed your mind, fear starves. Real empowerment begins with learning. Empowerment isn't about being loud or flashy, it's about being equipped. When you have the knowledge, you don't have to fake confidence, you earn it. You walk into interviews, boardrooms, conversations, and decisions not with hope, but with preparation. Someone with real knowledge thinks critically, not emotionally, solves problems instead of reacting to them, leads even without a title, and the best part, unlike money or titles, no one can take your knowledge away from you. Continuous learning is the real superpower. The world is changing faster than ever. New technologies, industries, and skills emerge every year. If you stop learning, you start falling behind. But if you stay curious, stay hungry for wisdom, you'll always stay relevant and even ahead. It's not about degrees or fancy diplomas. It's about attitude. You can read a free book, listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube tutorial, ask a mentor, or just reflect on your mistakes. And each of those experiences makes you wiser. Every piece of knowledge you gain today becomes a weapon in your arsenal for tomorrow. How to use knowledge as a power tool. Learn with purpose. Don't just consume random information. Learn things that align with your goals, your career, your passion, your personal growth. Apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is wasted potential. Try things, experiment, reflect. Use your knowledge in real life to turn it into wisdom. Teach others. Teaching is the highest form of understanding. When you share your knowledge, you retain more and you empower others too. Stay curious. Never say, "I know enough." The more you learn, the more you realize how much more there is. Curiosity keeps you evolving. Education isn't just school. Some of the most powerful people in history were self-taught. They weren't waiting for a classroom. Life was their classroom. Every conversation, every failure, every article, every book was a lesson. You can do the same. Don't wait for someone to hand you success. Go and learn your way into it. Final thought: if self-belief is the fire, then knowledge is the fuel. One without the other can only take you so far, but together they make you unstoppable. Every empowered decision, every confident move, every successful tomorrow, it starts with what you know today. So pick up that book, ask the hard questions, watch the educational video, take the course, challenge your assumptions. Because knowledge is not just information, it's transformation. And if you commit to learning today, you won't just be prepared for the future, you'll be ahead of it. Key point 3, taking action creates momentum. Dreams are beautiful. Plans are smart, but action is everything. Without it, dreams stay trapped in your imagination, and plans collect dust in notebooks. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if you don't move, nothing changes. Empowerment means doing, not just thinking. Action is where transformation begins. You don't need to take massive leaps. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start, because once you move even a little, momentum kicks in, and momentum changes the game. What is momentum? Momentum is the invisible force that makes the next step easier than the first. It's what turns effort into energy and progress into passion. When you start taking action, your confidence grows, your self-belief deepens, you begin to see results, even small ones, and those results inspire more action. That's the secret. You don't need motivation to act, you need action to find motivation. Why do most people wait? Because they're afraid to fail, afraid to be judged, afraid they're not ready. But waiting never removes fear. Only action can shrink fear. The first step is always the hardest, not because it's physically difficult, but because it requires you to bet on yourself. But once you take it, the second step feels easier, then the third, and suddenly you're moving forward, not perfectly, but powerfully. Action builds confidence. Many believe they need to feel confident before they act, but it's actually the opposite. Action builds confidence. Think about it. Every time you take a risk, face a fear, or try something new, you grow. You prove to yourself that you're capable, adaptable, and stronger than you thought. Even if things don't go as planned, you gain experience. And experience breeds wisdom and resilience. Taking action says, I may not know everything, but I'm brave enough to begin. The magic of small steps. You don't have to move mountains in a day. Big goals are achieved through consistent small steps, not giant overnight jumps. Want to write a book? Start with a paragraph. Want to lose weight? Start with a walk. Want to start a business? Start with a simple idea and a few hours a week. Each step forward creates clarity. Each small win builds momentum. Before you know it, what once felt overwhelming becomes your new normal. The key: don't wait for perfect. Just start messy, start scared, start unsure, but start. Taking action sends a message. When you take action, you're telling the world, I believe in this. I'm committed. I'm moving no matter what. People respect action takers. Opportunities find people who are already in motion. When you move, you attract mentors, supporters, and resources. But none of that happens if you stay stuck in the thinking phase. How to build a habit of action? Break it down. Don't focus on the huge end goal. Focus on today's step. What can you do in the next 10 minutes? That's where momentum lives. Use the 5-second rule when you feel the urge to act. Count down from 5 and just move. Don't give your brain time to talk you out of it. Track progress, not perfection. Success isn't built on flawless execution. It's built on consistent, imperfect action. Track what you do, not how perfect it looks. Celebrate tiny wins. Finished a small task. Celebrate. Did something uncomfortable. Acknowledge it. Small wins keep your energy high. Final thought: taking action doesn't guarantee success right away. But inaction guarantees regret. The world doesn't reward ideas alone, it rewards execution. Even if you fail, at least you're failing forward. You're gaining experience, clarity, strength. Every empowered tomorrow begins with one brave decision today to do something. Anything, because once you move, the universe moves with you. Opportunities start appearing, energy rises. Doubt fades, you become unstoppable, not because you're fearless, but because you keep moving anyway. So don't just dream it, don't just plan it, do it. Start now, and let momentum carry you to your success. Key point 4. Support systems strengthen you no matter how strong, smart, or independent you are. You were not meant to do life alone. Behind every successful person is not just talent or drive, but a web of support. People who encouraged them, challenged them, believed in them, or simply stood beside them during their toughest moments. Support systems are not a sign of weakness, they are a source of power. Empowerment isn't just about what you can do alone. It's also about having the humility and wisdom to lean on others, to grow with others, and to build something greater together. Why do support systems matter? Because life will test you. There will be days when motivation fades, when doubt screams louder than ambition, and when circumstances try to knock you down. On those days, the presence of someone who says, "I've got you," can be the difference between giving up and pushing through. Support systems remind you who you are when you forget, reignite your fire when it flickers, hold you accountable to your goals, celebrate you when others stay silent. They make the load lighter, the climb easier, and the journey more meaningful. You don't have to do it all in a culture that glorifies independence and hustle. It's easy to believe that asking for help means you're not strong enough. But real strength lies in connection, in saying, "I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to grow with others." Even the greatest minds in history had mentors. Even the most courageous leaders had supporters. Even the most successful individuals had teams, families, or friends cheering them on behind the scenes. You weren't made to carry everything alone, and you don't have to. The right people multiply your potential. Not all company is good company. Surround yourself with the wrong people, and they'll drain your energy, doubt your dreams, and downplay your progress. But surround yourself with the right people, and they'll expand your vision, elevate your mindset, and multiply your growth. The right support system challenges your excuses, encourages your bold moves, believes in your potential more than your past, celebrates your progress without envy. These people don't just stand beside you, they build with you. Be a support system. True empowerment is a two-way street. Don't just look for support, be support. Lift others up, celebrate their wins, listen when they speak, encourage when they doubt. When you give strength, you receive it. Some of the deepest, most fulfilling relationships are built when people grow together, sharing lessons, setbacks, and breakthroughs along the way. How to build a strong support system. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with people who want to see you win and are not intimidated by your growth. Be vulnerable. Let people in. Share your goals, your fears, your journey. Vulnerability builds trust. Seek growth environments. Join communities, groups, or networks where ambition and learning are celebrated. Cut toxic ties. If someone constantly belittles, doubts, or manipulates you, they're not support. Let them go. Protect your peace. Nourish relationships. Support isn't built in a day. Check in, show up, be present. Relationships require effort, not just convenience. Final thought: you may be the main character in your story, but you're not alone on the stage. Let others hold the light when your path gets dark. Let others clap when you finally win. Let others walk beside you while you become everything you're meant to be. Empowerment is not just me, it's we. And the stronger your support system, the stronger your future becomes. So build your tribe, nurture your connections, be that strength for others, and allow them to be that strength for you. Because tomorrow's success isn't built only on skill or grit, it's built on something deeper: trust, belonging, and the power of people who believe in you even when you don't.